Clear Shots is brought to you by Pinecast. Use the code R-63F8FB to get 40% off your first 4 months.
Don't give them clear shots. Don't give them clear shots. Don't give them clear shots. Don't give them clear shots.
So John McCain died. Did you see that?
Fuck him, dude. No, I don't like him at all. Fuck him.
He have cancer or something?
He was lucky enough. Cancer sucks, and it sucks that a human died. But he was lucky enough to the fact that his family was very well known and respected in the military and the United States government. And when word got out that he was a POW in Vietnam, he wasn't fucking locked in a cage. He was basically in a fucking hotel and living lavishly, and they kept him alive because he would be giving the Viet Cong intel throughout the entire war. Ugh. So him being a complacent fuck that with a silver spoon up his ass led to the deaths of possibly thousands and thousands of U.S. soldiers.
Yeah, I mean, he's not.
And that really rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah,
it sucks that he's dead, and he really had he's a very humble man, and he was wise and all that. But it's just like, now that he, like, it just, it's very annoying, and it happens whenever anybody.
He was 81. I mean, he fucking.
Yeah, exactly. But it happens whenever any big figure dies. It's like, oh, he was a great guy, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, you were, like, 6 months ago when he was on Trump's side, you wished he was dead.
Yeah.
Right, and now that he's dead, all of a sudden, no, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Like.
That shit happened.
That was like the biggest rant I'll go in on today. But like I was seeing this stuff, and I go on Facebook sparingly. I'm getting onto it a little bit more now, and I'm like, you guys, like these people that I'm seeing writing essays about how much they love John McCain. I'm like, dude, I could, if I really wanted to, I could dig into you wishing that the cancer would kill him.
You probably could go to their profile and search John McCain and see a bunch of shit that they
hated about him or something.
I know.
I just can't get into social media. I have a bunch of friends that I love and I appreciate them, but like I'm such a hermit. I'm just such a hermit.
I pretty much only use it for
so anti-social. I don't know what it is.
For the chat, for the messenger.
I use it for the group chat, and then I go on Facebook whenever there's a big story.
Yeah,
I can't even follow stories because the news just fucking. I don't want to say the generic thing. Yeah, well, it's. I don't want to say the generic thing that is. Oh, every time I hear the news, it makes me depressed. It's like it's beyond that. It's like every time I hear about a cultural thing happening, I can't empathize with it. I'm like, okay, it's a thing. It happened. Like I can't.
That's good that you don't do that.
Right.
Yeah, I think the problem is everybody like takes everything way too serious, and then they like they start bitching about things that they can't really do anything about.
Or they refuse to do something about. Like, I went off on people about the new Dunkin' Donuts being built, like a month or two ago, where I was seeing all these memes being posted and all this stupid shit, people trashing the mayor, and I'm like, did any of you email the mayor or write him a letter or go to a council meeting? No, you just fucking sat on your ass and bitched and moaned about it. And now we have a new Dunkin' Donuts. And fuck you, I'm going there because they make better macchiatos than Taste the World, fucker.
Yeah.
Like,
I just like when they show like
buy coffee.
I just like the Where Are They Now fucking news.
The memories?
No, like fucking like actors that you haven't seen in like fucking 20 years
or something
that just fucking show up like with like a mugshot or some shit. That one guy that one guy from the Mighty Ducks.
Yep, I was just
Did
about
you
to
see
bring
his
that up.
fucking mugshot?
Oh my god,
dude, it is.
It's
fucked.
like it's creepy because you're
doesn't
like,
even look like
I
the
can't
same
see
guy.
him. I can't see him, and then you look at the side by side, and you're like, oh my god, like it's there. Like that is his face. He's changed so much, though.
Sean Weiss.
Put it on the TV here.
He was the fat guy. He was in Heavyweights too.
I don't watch movies. I watch horror movies from Europe. That's about it. Like, if you want to talk about Baskin, I'm all ears. But
I haven't. Is that worthwhile?
Yeah,
oh, dude,
you
ever play the Silent Hill games?
Yeah,
it's this guy.
Okay.
That's all I'll tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
what?
Right?
No.
Yup.
That's him?
Yeah.
Yep.
How old is the Mighty Ducks movie? That came out when we were kids, right?
Wicked old.
Yeah, like 96. That's my guess.
Yeah, he was.
No, because they did like a sequel that was 2000, so it had to have been like 98 for the first one.
That's a good comparison right there.
That is a good one.
It's so weird because he
92 was when the first one came out.
He just looks like a fucking math head.
He looks like somebody we know, but I'm not going to say his name.
Wait, which one? The left or the right?
The left guy looks like somebody that we know, and I'm not saying his name.
I'm glad I don't recognize him. Oh man.
Oh no.
It's just so weird because I used to love heavyweights, and I remember watching.
Oh
Mighty
my
Ducks.
God. There's a scene
like,
where
where
they're
the
getting
fuck-
off
how
the
did
bus, and one kid is like shitting a brick when he's coming off the bus, and it gets me every time. He's like,
So what has he been doing?
He's so happy.
Besides fucking meth and underage girls, what has this guy been
That
doing
was
for
public
the past 26
intoxication,
years?
so that's pretty much what he's been doing.
Yeah.
Being publicly intoxicated.
Drinking and doing coke or something.
Yeah, those are the kind of stories I like looking into. Not the fucking what's going on in North Korea and shit.
How
Fuck
dark
that shit.
has
What
life
if
become?
what if Trump tweeted about that? He's just like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, what happened to the
Sean
Mighty
White,
Ducks, dude?
Goldstein. That was just fucking. What happened to Goldstein?
Hashtag make Goldstein great again.
Bring him out. He's part of my fucking cabinet now.
He's gonna be the United States ambassador for hockey.
He's so disjointed. He's like, I was in a hockey movie. I don't know shit.
Yeah, he was
He's
in
gonna
a
be the
hockey
ambassador. He's gonna be the American ambassador for hockey and deviated septums.
He wasn't even 18 when he was in that fucking movie, I don't think.
Well, he's fucking 18 now, dude. At least look at him.
He's probably
Yeah,
like
he's fucking
50.
lost.
I bet you he's like 50 something.
Probably.
I bet he was like
feel like
20 something
mugshots-
in that movie. And now he's like 50 something.
I feel like mugshots always look worse than they actually are, though.
Because the cameras are very, very high def.
Yeah. And then, yeah. I feel like maybe he doesn't actually look that horrible, but there was other pictures of him that he didn't look as bad at that age.
Yeah.
But it's fucking weird. It's
it
really
is-
crazy.
it's
It
crazy.
sucks.
Yeah.
That happens to a lot of child actors, though. Like,
Yeah.
I was reading about, I think it's Drew Barrymore. She was the one that was on Married with Children, right? Was that Drew Barrymore?
I don't know.
She was on some show in the 80s, and she was talking about how if she got anxious about performing, her parents would just, like, load her up on coke or ecstasy to get her to fucking act. And she was, like, 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of people that just disappear, like, off the face of the fucking earth, and you forget about them.
Like,
You know?
off the top of my head, the only child stars I can think of that haven't gone through that fucked up phase were Zach and Cody, the kid from Big Daddy, Cole and Dylan Sprouse.
Oh.
They got out when Disney Channel started to like shrink their demographic down to basically preteens. Because the Sweet Life show, I remember, started off when they were like teenagers, 13, 14, and then went to like college age. And then now they're just doing their own thing. But like
Right,
Lindsay Lohan, Amanda Bynes, I guess Drake and Josh
like
did
all
really
those people
well.
kind of disappeared.
Yeah, that's true.
Drake and Josh did well. Keenan Thompson is on SNL, isn't he?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
what
It's like
happened
there
to
was a
Kel?
lot of,
Isn't
like-
Kel dead?
No,
Kel's
Kel's-
No, he's on.
He still does stand up, I think.
He does.
I think he still does stand up and did like a light rap career or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't remember, but I saw something recently about him.
I think I remember someone, maybe it was sometime on.
I'm pretty sure they don't like each
I
other.
remember him
either.
mentioning like how he wanted to bring all that back or something,
That'd be awesome.
and like make it a mature, like like
It's basically
for our-
SNL.
yeah, like for the adult like generation, like the generation that went through all that,
Right.
like bring it back and
See,
make
that's
it,
what they need to do. They need like a nostalgia channel just for like the kids that are.
They need to bring back Boomerang.
yeah, Boomerang,
Because that's what
yeah.
Boomerang was.
Yeah,
Boomerang was
classic,
like our parents' cartoons.
Yeah.
right,
And it was
make
fucking sweet, dude.
Yeah.
That's
Wait.
when they did like Nick. They did
Nicktoons?
like Nick in the 90s. at one point.
Yeah,
and
they
it was
did
like
do that.
90s cartoons for our generation.
Like, I remember we were talking with Bill. I want to say it was Bill, because they had Nickelodeon. Then they had the Nick 90s Nick, or Nick 90s.
Right.
Then they had Boomerang. And then they had Nicktoons, which was all of the canceled Nickelodeon shows that were syndicated. So you had like Invader Zim and stuff like Invader Zim. Invader Zim was the only show I really remember. Yeah. Maybe like Rocko's Modern Life.
Well, they would show like it was kind of like ESPN3, like a
the rejected.
It was
shows.
like an ESPN News kind of thing. Yeah. Well, also they'd show like extra shit, like
the Will
if
Kane
something
show.
was on, like if some random shit was on Nickelodeon, they'd show like Fairly Odd Parents or some shit just to have.
What was that?
A background.
Kablam! Do you guys remember Kablam?
I don't know. I really never had cable. I'd go to friends' houses so that I could watch the cool TV shows and hang out with my fucking friends and shit. Which, I mean, I wonder, in the back of my mind, I wonder if that was like a device my parents literally did, because they're like, let's not get cable, because if we get cable, then they're just gonna sit in the fucking house all day. Let's throw them outside and
I think that's why
people.
That's why my parents never bought Pop-Tarts. Because if they bought me Pop-Tarts, I would have never gone to Wes's house.
Dude, I've been having such weird dreams, like just about me just doing random shit, like completely random shit, like making Pop-Tarts or putting Pop-Tarts in the fucking toaster, like getting a glass of water. It's like a dream about that, which makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't. It doesn't have any
for
meaning.
Something that's like so mundane.
I know. It's like, well, isn't this supposed to like mean something? Like,
I ended up having a really weird dream the other night, where there's this nurse I work with that's not either of the two that I've been hanging out with. That her, like, it was weird because my dream. I remember I took a Benadryl. And I took a really, really fat hit of the CBD crystals that I bought. I was feeling really good, and I passed out within like 5 minutes of like both of them hitting me. Yeah. And my dream was legitimately like over a year long, like living out my days, getting a new job, stuff like this. I ended up proposing to this woman that I work with that's drop dead gorgeous, and building up to the wedding, getting to the altar, and then just like leaving her at the altar. And it was so real that
you lived another life, basically.
Yeah, dude. It was so real that I woke up and I had to check Facebook to make sure that didn't really happen. And sure enough, she's still engaged to the other guy. And I was like legitimately having an existential crisis.
Oh my God.
For like a minute or two. Like as soon as I woke up, I'm like, did I really just do that? Oh my God, where is she? Is she okay? And I got on Facebook and I'm like, all right, yeah, that's right. She's getting married in like 6 months.
You like messaged her and she had the same dream.
Oh, dude, I haven't ran into her at work since, but the next time I do, it's gonna be fucking weird.
Right? It's gonna be awkward just because you're like, you want to ask her.
Like, we just, like, do you not remember?
Ask her. Like, it's like, oh, fuck. But you know you can't, so you make the situation way worse.
You know what would freak me out?
You know
what would freak me out the most is if her fiance ended up doing the same exact thing I did. And it was just a premonition and I was just her fiance.
Oh my God. You're just like playing the part.
Your world just collapses.
Dude, I'm in the river. Like, if that happens, like, I have to make sure with every ounce of my being that those two get married, because if he ends up leaving her at the altar, I'm fucking 6 feet under. I'm done. I'm done with life if that happens. This power is too strong.
And then all of a sudden she starts hanging out with you, and then it's like, oh no, you had a fucking premonition of your whole life. You're gonna be.
Then I leave her at the altar.
Right. That's what you
were actually seeing.
No.
That's what it's like That's So Raven. You remember that fucking show where she would see some shit in the future and she would try and stop it, but it would always happen. Anyway. It would happen every other fucking time anyway.
You see,
she basically like her trying to stop it would cause it to happen.
Yeah,
basically,
kind of like Final Destination.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dilly. I'm not a fan of that shit. Fuck that, dude.
Oh my God,
I don't even want to say her name because her name is like.
That's So Raven. Raven Simone.
Raven Simone.
It's so close to the Raven Simones. I don't want to say
it.
Yeah.
There's some weird shit going on as far as sleep goes, because like kids are like fucking watching these ASMR videos and shit. Have you seen those?
No. Yeah, I tried that. It didn't work. It was fucking sketchy.
Well, evidently it works for like it's only active in like certain people. Like it only works in certain people. I forget what it stands for. Auto something.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Honestly,
I'll find
AMR, man.
ASMR.
It's
autonomous sensory meridian response.
Yeah. It's apparently like, and I've had this like for as long as I can remember, and I never knew what it was. Like I never knew how to describe it to anybody. Okay. But like certain voices, certain tones, or certain sounds trigger your like something that gives you like this weird sensation in your scalp area, like maybe down the back of your neck.
It gives you tinglies.
Yeah, that's what it is. And people are doing videos now all over YouTube to like
perfect
to do that. That's what's funny. They basically whisper for fucking 20 minutes straight.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. Or they do like the fluttering. I tried it for a few days and it like certain things would work and I'm like, this is fucking weird, man. I'm just gonna listen to Pink Floyd when I go.
Some of it does. So it's just shit that it's like gives you chills.
It's like a customizable stimulation.
Mm-hmm. And it's meant for relaxation or to put you to sleep. But it's very strange too because like all the YouTube people that do it are like these good looking like chicks. So, and it's what's funny is that like none of the top ASMR like channels are dudes. So like I feel like people are just watching it because they're attractive girls. Like it's fucking hilarious. Right? But it's like a big thing now. Like they have like 2 million subscribers and shit.
I'd watch like a Gilbert Gottfried one.
Oh my god, that would kill me. I'd literally just die in my sleep.
Let's see if I can.
You are now feeling tired.
Dude, it's just so weird. Perfect. It's almost like uncomfortable watching these because like it's fucking just weird as shit. So literally you can't like if you're listening you can't hear this at all because she's literally whispering. And she does this for how long is this video? 4.5 hours?
You gotta be fucking kidding me. This is 4.5 hours long?
It's 4.5 hours long.
She doesn't get naked?
There's 100 triggers to help
she
you
actually
sleep.
looks like she shouldn't be getting naked. Like
good. And she like rubs like the microphone with weird shit. And this shit like none of this works for me. Like this doesn't really work for me.
No, but I like it when they're like abusive.
Dude.
Like if they have an ASMR that like talks shit to you.
Yeah, they have those.
Do they really? I'm gonna try that one out.
Oh my god, that's what people are doing right there. They're just trying to find that fix for that weird fetish.
Yeah, because it's like, you know, you can only punch yourself in the dick so many times to get off.
I just realized, I think she's wearing a birthday hat.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, okay. I'm glad it's clarified.
So this bitch like literally bitches you out. Like she talks to you like you're a piece of shit. And like, like there's a bunch of these where they like are just abusive to you.
But they're still whispering it?
Yeah. It's almost like the content.
And they obviously like wear a push bra just to bring in the look.
It's almost like the content of the what they're saying doesn't matter. Like they're just doing it for the sake of like putting you to sleep.
But I guess.
But a lot of people are, dude, like that first bitch. No, that was the second one actually. She's like the second overall.
The one I watched was Gibby.
Yeah.
Gibby ASMR, but only because she's a fucking smoke show and a half, dude.
That's where they're trying to
like
get
that's what I her. This is this one. I tried watching this one and it's like she
has two like literally almost 2 million subscribers. This video is like ridiculous. Her most popular video has 7.1 million views.
7.1 million.
And it's just her whispering about shit.
I don't even.
Yeah, it's really weird, and this is like a thing now.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, no, because I've tried everything to like help me get to sleep better. Because I've had chronic nightmares for a while. I had night terrors for a while.
Honestly, and I'm not against this either. I think
it's fucking weird, but it's dope that it's working for people. But it's
I think if you have problems sleeping, why wouldn't you try it?
Yeah,
it's better than fucking taking a bunch of pills that you have no idea what the fuck's
or like
actually
jerking
in.
off 3 times in a row.
I mean, that usually works.
Dude, it's gotten to the point now where I don't even finish. I get like halfway through and I'm
and
out.
then you're out on the third one.
Yeah. I'm just like, I wake up and like the fucking autoplay on Pornhub is on, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't think I'd be able to get 3 out.
It's a girl.
There'd have to be a serious
I only got
amount
2
of time.
nuts, so
right. You go left then right, or do you go right then left?
I do 50-50
of
each. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can do that. I go about 60-40.
I think
40. You got to keep a little bit. See, I go like.
Wouldn't it be funny if you could like
50
control which nut you were using? Like, fucking
it deflates like a balloon.
It's like it looks like a dried raisin, like a fucking dried raisin. Is
I only work my right nut.
Didn't we talk about dried raisins? Because dried raisins don't exist because they're already dry.
Yeah, that's a thing.
But wet raisins exist.
They're just dry prunes.
I mean, yeah, you could put raisins in water. I could see wet raisin being.
That's true. Yeah.
That reminds me of a Mitch Hedberg joke. He goes, "I don't understand why when you buy corn in a can, it's called corn. It doesn't come in a can. It comes on the cob. When you buy corn on the cob, it's called corn on the cob." He goes, "It's not like you cut off my arm and call my arm Mitch and then sew it back on and call it Mitch altogether."
That's a good point. He has a point.
Oh, man. Humanity's fucked.
Rest in peace,
Mitch. That
Mitch.
just broke my...
I think what happens is people just grasp at straws when they try to name shit. Because we've named too much shit already.
Oh my god.
There's too many words.
I can't even imagine, like, I was thinking about how many bands there are out there and how there's so many that probably have the same name, and there's a bunch that just like, hey, we're this band from this region, so like it makes sense. Like they don't get like infringed or because they don't go to that territory that this other band's from.
When you start a band, trying to come up with a band name is like the hardest fucking part.
It is,
because you have to find something that's not already
taken, or something that's super generic. You want it to be unique.
Yeah.
But it's also got to fit the genre of the movie. It's like the music.
Yeah, exactly. You come up with like a million different names. They're all great, but everyone's fucking taken. You go to like Google it and fucking everybody. There's like 4 other bands with the same name.
Oh, we're gonna be Imhotep. Oh wait, that's like 5 bands.
Yo, I think decapitation sounds pretty cool. We should be decapitation.
Oh, yep. That's
guaranteed. Never mind. There's like 4 bands with that name.
It's just like
but we're decapitation folk.
Yeah, we're cattle decapitation. We'll do that instead.
That's what they.
So you just put an animal in front of it.
You just get like 3 stoners just jamming out, hanging out. Like one of them's just shooting a BB gun, and like the other one is like dressed up as Elvis. He goes, "I got it. We'll be called BB King.
We'll be called Elvis Decapitation."
Fuck you.
Well, it's like a
right. It's like a play on another artist.
The BB Kings. No, it's like Pink Floyd's.
Yeah, but then you could just make a blue Floyd and a orange Floyd. You could go the whole rainbow if you wanted to.
Yeah,
and it wouldn't be copyright. You would have no. They wouldn't have a leg to stand on.
Well, I was gonna say Pink Floyd's name came from the combination of 2 bands that those guys separately were already in before.
Yeah,
I think it was
Pink Floyd.
Roger Waters and Syd Barrett were in a band together, and then holy shit, Nick Mason and Richard Wright were in a band together. One of them was called Floyd Garrison, and then the other one was called like the Pink Waters or something like that. And then when they met together at music school, they combined the 2 and called it Pink Floyd. Which, and maybe I'm biased because they're my favorite band ever and always will be, but that is like a perfect name for the type of music they make. because Pink Floyd is such an obscure.
I always felt like Porcupine Tree was like a
it's like when you hear that a band is called Porcupine Tree,
you kind of know how
what
they
you're
sound.
getting into.
Yeah, 100%.
But maybe it's the same thing with a bias. Like if I looked at you, I'd be like, yeah, you're totally a Seth.
Right. I think that's a thing.
And like, but even like Rush is a. Actually, no. If Rush was a different name, it would make the exact same sense because they kind of they could be called Geddy Lee and the two dudes that don't have as good voices as I do,
Right.
and it would be the same. Or Neil Peart and the two dudes.
I've always thought that weird shit about names because like it seems like certain names. Like certain people look like certain names.
Right. They fit, their name fits how they are.
Like I was always like, you know what? Maybe if you just name somebody Jake, he's just going to look like a Jake. Like, you know what I mean? Right. Like he's gonna morph to his name.
You're going to compare other people named Jake to the original Jake.
Yeah. Or the Jake.
But like my name is just Jake. You know, there's no Jacob. It's just Jake.
Right.
So
Right.
That's
So
where, that's where I
like,
get you.
So if you go like Steven, like that person, as they grow older, they're going to morph into a Steven looking dude.
I wonder if there's a psychology to it, like being called something. And like that puts another thing
like
where
subconsciously
it's like,
people treat
subconsciously,
you like that.
like when you get by calling someone by those words or whatever, the name of those words, it like imprints a thought into your head kind of that you're not consciously thinking of, but you think of it as yourself, and that builds you up in a way because of how the word sounds. Maybe it makes you like identify yourself in a different way.
Right. It's very weird.
Right. Like
there's not really a way to describe it either. Like,
right.
It's
like
just kind of a feeling you get. Like this guy looks like a Nick. Like he's kind of a Nicky looking dude. It's a Nicky looking fella right there.
That guy looks like a Nick because
of the predetermined my idea of what a Nick looks like because I know this Nick and this Nick.
Right.
I find that it's easier to remember names if you know somebody close to you that has the same name. Like there's a dude that I met at the bar the other night. His name's Ryan, and I'm like, I'm gonna remember that for the rest of my life because that's my middle name. And I've seen him like.
Oh shit! You're my middle name guy.
Then.
My middle name guy.
Yeah, dude, that's what I said to him. I see him. I don't see him. Like, sup, middle name?
Right? Like your name's Jake, so you're all fucking crazy because you worry that people call you fake.
Right. Yeah. You're like.
No, I don't like when people call me Jacob because I think Jacob is a disgusting name. Like it's very stupid.
Too many syllables.
Well,
I think when you go past 3 syllables or 2 syllables, you're kind of like I don't know.
Jacob is 2 syllables.
It is.
I know, but 2 syllables is almost too long.
It's almost formal.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I like that my name is permanently informal.
Right. Right.
Like my name to most people is Jake Jones. That's immediately my Swamp.
Yeah.
Swamp exclusively calls me Jake Jones. Like all at once.
It seems like most people with a 2-syllable name shorten it, just either as a nickname or a shorter version of the name. Like a Mike would be, people call Michael's Mike.
Yeah.
Or fucking, why the fuck is Richard Dick? Why the fuck is Richard Dick? It does not ever make any sense.
Think of all the guys named Richard you know.
Right.
Are they dicks?
They're either rich.
Most of them are dicks. Yeah. No. Like
most people say.
I know a guy, it's my girlfriend's grandfather. He prefers to just be called Dick.
Right.
Like call me he introduces himself.
Sup,
He's like,
Dick?
"Hey, I'm Dick." It's like
just call me Dick.
It's like, okay. And I'm almost like I want to call you Richard. Like I don't want to call you Dick.
I want to call you Richie or Rich.
Right. Every time I talk to him, I'm like,
but there is a Richie though. Like
there's a guy I went to school with. His name is Richard, but he goes by Ricky, which is the same amount of syllables. But Ricky is like that's a name like Trailer Park Boys. Immediately I think of, but Ricky is a good name. There's certain names.
But then there's also cases like yours where it's like, oh, we're just gonna actually name him formally by the shortened version of this name.
Yeah.
So it gets weird. Like you could literally just be named Mike, and that's a shortened version of Michael, but your name's not really Michael.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I deal with it all the time.
Yeah, it's fucking
Like I had to get a new badge for Oswego Health because my boss
they put
was so
Michael
pissed.
on it.
No. They found out that my badge for some reason had administrative access and I could get into any building at Oswego Health.
No fucking way. Dude, that was a recipe for disaster.
Dude, no, it was because if I ever had to go to the hospital to do anything like that, I could just go into any door. I would immediately be allowed in.
You just have a skeleton key for the entire building.
Where's my wallet? No, I had my old badge on me.
Oh god. It didn't even confiscate it.
Oh, I kept it. No, I kept it. It probably still works. It's the most unprofessional looking badge you've seen in your life.
Just wait until Oswego Health gets shot up for some awful reason and you're accused
for losing a Madden tournament.
Yeah.
for
no, look at this. So
card.
I'm not even looking at the camera. I have a hat on and I don't have a beard, which is the exact opposite of how I look at work.
You kind of look like Sean Weiss.
But it's not even my whole last name. It's Jake J, but it's different font sizes and they're not even centered.
Yeah, they aren't even
And then
centered.
it says food service, which is not what I am. I mean, I'm food service, but it's supposed to be nutritional technician.
Oh, yeah, there's a
Yeah, it's supposed to be fucking empowering.
Yeah.
And then on the back, it just says Jake, and it's supposed to be Jake Ryan Jones. And then that's not even my ID.
That's
not my ID at all.
You just have a random fucking number.
So like they printed out my badge willy fucking nilly.
Jeez.
And I kept it. And I think it's deactivated, but I hope not. Because whenever I had to go to anything Oswego Health, it was just like I scan the door and I walk in. Beep. And they'll be like, what are you doing here? And I'll have like security look at my badge and like, all right. You go, yeah, I work for Oswego Health. And then they'll scan it and be like, all right.
Okay. I love how it says I care on it. Like
I got nominated.
Turns out it works for other places too. Like you can get in the nuke plant and shit. Like
I walk into the Pentagon and just slide it into a fucking chip
you're
reader.
In the fucking system.
Cleveland explodes. No, I'm so glad I kept this because that's such a good fucking story.
Yeah,
I had to get a new badge because I had administrative access. Like, we didn't realize it till the other day. We had a function going on where all, like, the CEOs and higher-ups for Oswego Health were having a conference at the Manor. And we had to drop off food and stuff. Brownies, cookies, soda. And so the secretary is like, oh, I'll buzz you in. You just have to scan your badge first so they know who's coming in. And I scan my badge and the door opens and she's like, that's not supposed to happen. Who are you? And I'm like, fuck.
I'm the
like,
king,
I didn't
bitch.
know I wasn't supposed. But the one thing though, the weirdest fucking thing is that it didn't work to the door to the kitchen.
No.
I'm not even
So
fucking
you
with
had
you.
the
I had,
opposite of they're like
it's like they put a 1 instead of a 0.
No,
Yeah,
it's like they meant to hit select all.
Yeah, exactly.
But they accidentally hit
Unselect
select all and then unselected the fucking wrong
Yeah.
one.
No, I'm not even fucking with you. No, the badge would work. It worked at every door in the Manor, including like the administrative wing. It worked at every door in the hospital, but it did not work in the kitchen.
It's the one place it's supposed to.
One
That's
place.
exactly. That's what it was. Is they were
That's
like,
what I
all right,
pictured.
select all, control this one. Oh shit!
that's
and
what I
then
pictured,
realize
I'm keeping this badge for the rest of my life because even if they shut it off, it's so fucking funny
Yeah.
to talk about.
It's a token of the situation.
That's Oswego Health, dude. Like a part-time dietary technician is allowed in every fucking building.
Now you have controls for the nukes and everything.
there's got to be one food technician that can get in anywhere, just so
I'm like
that
a
they
sleeper-
can have food
I'm like a
served
sleeper-
everywhere.
I'm a sleeper agent or something for
Oh,
Oswego
God.
Health.
That's oh my god, that'd be meta. That'd be fucked up.
I don't even know where we were getting to that. I think it was because we were talking about my formal name and how it throws people off that it says Jake on the badge instead of Jacob.
But it's supposed to say Jake.
It's supposed to say Jake, yeah. And people look at Jake and they think it's a weird... Like, I'm looking at it... I mean, it might be because I just drank a Natty Daddy, but Jake doesn't seem like...
long enough.
No, it doesn't seem like it's a name. But I think it's because it's my name, and I don't know a lot of other Jakes. I maybe know like 2 other Jacobs, but I don't know anybody else that's just Jake. I know
Jake
a lot.
Bear. Easy.
But isn't his Jacob? Isn't he technically Jacob?
I think he
but
is
Jacob.
Jacob.
He prefers
Jake.
Jake.
Yeah.
And I've never called him Jacob, so I think he's the only other person. Like, because the other, yeah.
He's my Papa
It's
Bear,
what gets weird, like, because I feel like my name I don't see often. So like when I hear it, I know it's
the only other
being addressed.
The only other Seth I know is a DJ from Syracuse.
Seth Rogen, Seth Green.
Those
are the only ones I know. Like,
I only have one Seth friend.
And I know a Seth that I went to high school with that's a Mormon.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever met one in person.
I feel like it's not a common name.
It really
is.
It's
a unique name.
What's it short for? Sephiroth?
Yeah, I think so.
Sephiroth.
It's not. It's just that's the full name.
It's just Seth.
It is the full name.
Like it blows my mind that like
wasn't your name just Paul? It's not.
It is Paul.
Yeah.
There's no other rendition of Paul.
We all have one syllable names.
But like,
well, Paulie is like
that's a nickname.
It's just another nickname.
It's just a nickname. But like Pollyanna would be like a female version or something.
Paulina. I knew a Paulina.
Like I don't know any other rendition of Paul. Or like you know how like Richard is Dick. Like there's no other
Dickard.
There's no other Paul like what to call Pauls. Hey, it's such a straight cut name too.
Right. It's cut and dry, dude. It's just get to the point.
I have a few friends that exclusively go by their last names. Like Stubba.
Yeah,
like Stubba, if you call him Nick, I call him Nick every so often, and even I'll be like, why did I just call you Nick? Because it's Stubba, and like Chetney is Chetney, and like
that's
my brother likes to go by Gamble.
A lot of times that goes by.
Your last name is fucking dope. Your last name is dope.
It's a gamble.
It's a gamble.
Well, a lot of times it's because their first name is common.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, like my brother's name is John Gamble. There's so many Johns.
Right.
Dick,
John
and
is a
Harry's.
fucking Jesus.
John Richards.
That's so fucking
and Harold's.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I mean, John is literally the default name, like John Doe.
Yeah.
like fucking Dan, like Daniel is a fucking wicked common fucking name, super generic. It's like there's certain ones that just for some reason like if you're named that, your parents had zero creativity. They were not good in sandbox games.
I love names that are I love names that are really long, like Alessandro,
Alfred,
Al Serrano.
Alfred
like
is such
my
a
cousin
weird
Al.
Alessandro.
I fucking love Alessandro. That's such a dope name.
Such an Italian name.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, or like Derek. No. I don't know any other long names. That's the one that always sticks out.
Alfred is like a nerdy name though.
Alfred?
Yeah, like there's kind of nerdy names.
If you know somebody if you know somebody and their name is Alfred, they're trusting you with that information.
Yeah, right.
I feel like they're
if you know that their name is Alfred, they
better be
trust
fucking
you.
I feel like an Alfred's either a nerd or they're wearing a suit. Like those are the two different possibilities.
There's not a lot of Georges that are our age either. I don't know. I know like Spanish dudes that are George, but it's Jorge. But
there's some names.
George.
Yeah, there's some names that are just old people names.
Yeah,
like Margaret, or like.
I know a few Margarets, but she goes by Marge, which is weird.
That's still an old person name though.
Mary.
Yeah. Like
Sue.
I really wonder.
Georgia.
I do that all the time. I really wonder if there's like a science or a study on like the psychology of a name, where people like study
Urban Dictionary.
Not even like the definition of name, but like how that name, specific names cause people to be a certain way or something. See if there's like a causality of calling, like my name being Paul. If there's something more in common between, every sort of Paul, every person that's named Paul has something more in common.
The origin of names in general is just odd.
Like how we came up with
the fact that we were like, this is the way I'm going to move my mouth to describe somebody or to address someone. And then like even your mic's off. The
language is fickle, dude.
Even like last names though, it's like where did they fucking come from? Evidently we all came from the same place.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Genghis Khan.
We're all Khans then.
Right. It's all Khan.
Fucking,
that's the trap right there.
Someone just decided to legally change their last name, and then that was that.
right?
Yeah. I remember talking to my grandpa a long time ago, Grandpa Jones, about how his grandparents moved to America from the Netherlands, and our real last name is Dubois.
Mm-hmm.
And
they were just like, hey, fuck it, we'll do
And
Jones.
when they moved to America, they were told that if, like, they wanted to have an American name.
Right.
And
Because they didn't want to be singled out.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that's why Brown and Smith and Jones are very popular. I think Jones and Brown are the two. They go back and forth a lot.
You see a lot of them.
Smith,
a lot of people took the name Jones.
Smith is very
There's
common.
a lot of last names that are first names, like James, Johnson.
Right.
Because Johnson used to be a first name.
Yeah. That's a funny fucking...
You know,
isn't that weird? Like, yeah.
And I want to bring up, like, how that's, like, people that immigrated here, how that it was such a common thing to change your name. Because I wonder if it was a common thing of, you know, because slavery was only as bad in America as it ever was in America. You know, like, we treated slaves probably the worst. And I wonder if it was such a globally...
I don't know about that.
Because the whole... Like, there's still slavery going on.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
I would
That's
say
true.
that the
maybe.
American... I think American slavery is the most well-known.
Yeah,
You
that's...
might-
Well, that's what I was getting.
the most
Is that I wonder
prominent,
if it was
like-
because...
Right, because I would venture to say that maybe slaves were treated, like, better than other slaves here. They were given a place to live and, you know, like, at least they
that's
were...
beside my point.
I mean,
was
it's
that-
obviously it's shitty in any situation, but I think there's probably slaves, like, overseas that are fucking just completely demolished
In the
constantly.
Middle
like,
East or, like, in Asia
yeah.
or Africa. The
But it's
slaves,
like
the
slavery-
slaves, the
Undoubtedly.
slaves that were being sold to us.
Right.
Like...
Well,
Imagine
I
the
don't know, it's
slaves that
hard to
weren't good
say.
enough to be sold.
Well, my
It's hard
point
to say
was
since we weren't in
But
that
no, I
situation.
get
the
go,
prosecution of people
Yeah,
was
yeah.
so commonly globally known
Right.
that if you were immigrating here for a better opportunity, it was a common thing for people to be like, oh, change your name if you're going because they are super judgy or something.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people forget that America isn't that old compared to every
It's
other
not,
country
no. Oh,
around.
technically,
And
no.
then also America was all one group of people that left Europe or left England to come here. And, you know, there's a saying that 100 years is a long time to an American and 100 miles is a long time to a European or a long distance. You know, 100 miles to an American, that's an afternoon. 100 miles to a European, that's like 6 or 7 countries. You know what I mean?
Right.
I never
So I'm
thought
thinking,
about that,
I'm thinking that a lot of the, and this is a thing too, is like, prejudice. Is it prejudice? Prejudicism? Being prejudiced?
being
racism?
prejudiced.
I'm gonna just have an umbrella statement and just call it all racism. We'll just throw it all in that blanket.
Yeah.
Well, just judging people in general.
Xenophobic.
It's always going to happen.
I think
too.
that's like it's. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying that I support it, but what I'm gonna say, and this is what I think, is that America was basically founded by a ton of people that were exactly the same. They were all very bitter. And there's a lot of people that still are here.
Well, look, even the founding fathers were arguing constantly about what to do with the Constitution.
And like the founding fathers owned slaves.
Right.
And like even while the Civil War was going on, Abraham Lincoln had slaves. Because the people are
But the idea-
people talk about how the Civil War was about slavery. That's ignorant. There were bits and pieces that were about abolishing it, and it was abolished by the end of the war. But mostly it was about the fact that the South was all of the farming and agriculture, and the North was all of the modern infrastructure.
Consuming. Yeah.
And the North was basically taking and taking and taking and taking, and the South was getting sick of it, and they wanted to separate. And Lincoln didn't want that to happen.
Because they needed the South to
Exactly.
feed their, the North.
And a lot of people
that's-
don't know that Robert E. Lee was actually a good friend of Lincoln's, and he was going to be the general of the Union Army, but the Southern mentality and the Southern, and I don't know if you guys have been to the South, but it is like the nicest place I've ever been to. People talk about rednecks and hicks and stuff like that. Dude, they will give you the skin off their back and not even the shirt off their back. Like Southern hospitality is
from
such
what
a
I
real
hear,
thing.
Yeah, like Texas
And it's
places
like
that are
they
very
are so
generous.
proud to be together
Yeah.
and so proud to
community.
exactly. The South is its own sphere where
Right.
you get the North and it's like
It explains Trump. It defines our
I think-
stupid presidency.
yeah.
And that it's based in upstate,
It's based in basically
the north of America.
it's based in the common man. Because when you
Well,
look
disagreement in general, though, is all a result of freedom.
Yeah.
You know, like if
and then
we-
you
if
look
didn't
at
have
places
freedom,
like freedom of speech, and it's a big debate right now, especially with the mass censorship going on with social media, like Alex Jones and other people. Freedom of speech, as we know it as Americans, isn't a thing in other places. You know,
No,
there's
it's not.
people in Canada or England or Scotland, anywhere in Europe getting arrested.
most people.
For
What's
making,
funny is a lot of people don't know that it's not a thing in Canada.
Yeah, it isn't. It's not a thing in England either.
Right.
We were talking about that guy that taught his girlfriend's dog how to hail Hitler. He taught his girlfriend got a new puppy and she had to go somewhere on go to overseas for work
trip
or
or
whatever.
some shit.
Yeah, she was gone for a few weeks, so
trip.
he was watching the dog and he taught the
And
dog.
obviously, what he's gonna do is teach the dog how to. fucking-
Well, the guy was a comedian. The guy's a comedian, which is the other thing that really infuriates me about it, is that comedy is something that's been around.
It's sacred.
If we could go back in time and watch a dude make fun of Julius Caesar in front of him, then we should be able to handle a dude teaching a dog how to hail Hitler. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I shouldn't be doing this on camera, but fuck it.
And comedy censorship is a different thing too.
Comedy
What was
censorship
it
is
that,
the most bullshit thing I've ever heard of in my entire life.
What was it that Doug Stanhope said? It's either all okay or none of it is.
Yeah.
Right?
right.
Because as soon as you start fucking censoring someone's
making
ideas,
something not.
well, the
allowed
idea
to
is
be
that
humorized.
right. The idea is that when you're making a joke about something, you're not being serious about it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally the nature of what joking is.
Right.
I mean,
It's a non-serious. It's when the problem in the gray area is when does it become a serious offense?
Right.
And it's the people who are against the concepts that take so much
Exactly.
offense. And
Yeah.
it's hard because humor is supposed to take the feeling of being offended and squash that.
Yeah.
And make
you laugh about it.
Make you accept it easier.
Right.
Accept a concept of whatever the joke is,
Yeah.
and that might make you feel uncomfortable, like racism, racist jokes. It's more of an acceptance thing
Yes,
than a
yeah.
pushing thing.
I see exactly what you're saying.
And it became an offensive thing when people take it from being
it for real is what the problem is.
when someone isn't making a joke with it, using racism not to humanize it, but to make it directly offensive.
If everyone takes it as a joke, it brings everyone together because everyone's laughing.
Yeah, it's the one person that decides to use it in offense.
Right.
And then all of a sudden then the gray area shows up, and it's
also the people
now
that don't.
Where's humor supposed to be in that regard? You know?
Yeah. And it's also the people who don't want to accept that it's humor.
Yep.
They want to say
Outrage culture.
You're just attacking this group of people. And
it's hard because it's fine.
Because in a way you are.
Yeah, you are attacking in a way because.
But it's not the same, at the same time. It's fun.
At the same time, it's
a fine line.
It's a determining the temperament of the person saying the thing.
Yeah.
It's a context that's being lost, in my opinion, to a lot of humor being text-based.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Context is lost in general
Context
now,
is
though.
lost.
In everything.
Yeah. And
people can pull things from any video and be like,
James
oh,
Gunn, the fucking the director for Guardians of the Galaxy that got fired.
Yeah.
I just watched a video explaining the whole situation, and it's so very clearly not serious.
Yeah.
And it's so very clearly him talking to this is in 2008, 2009 when Twitter was social media, where it wasn't a journalism platform, where it wasn't taken seriously. And since now he has the blue check mark next to his name, all of a sudden everything he says apparently is a fact, and everything that he says is something he supports that you can cite him for.
Well, Alex Jones too. Like, I don't defend a lot of the shit he says, but the fact that he can say it is what is important. And
and I think a lot
also is, well, he said a bunch of shit about Hillary Clinton and how she fucking killed people and shit, literally like murdered people and shit. But then he said it for dramatic effect and then went on to explain himself. And people took that first clip,
right,
and took it and went, oh yeah, well now he's accusing her of killing all these people and fucking children and women and fucking shit. But it's when you pull it out of context, of course. Yeah, you can. Anybody can see that kind of shit.
That's videos,
you could literally take a splice of all of the audio we made since we started doing this back
and make us look like the worst people of all time.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Especially in like the first part, like the first half, we were saying stuff about the shooting.
Yeah,
even
just this podcast.
But it's like I was gonna say that there's a comedy where it is now is very entertaining to me. Stand-up comedy, at least, because you have guys like Doug Stanhope that don't give a fuck, and you have guys like Bo Burnham, however you feel about him, he's doing a thing that's kind of making everybody perform mental gymnastics while he's performing. But I was gonna say there's 3 comedians, 2 of them have since died, but there's 3 comedians that if they were still as prominent as they were back in the late 80s, that if they were around now, they would not survive, and it's Bill Hicks, Sam Kinison, and Andrew Dice Clay.
Because maybe George Carlin. Maybe.
George Carlin was different though, because I think he was borderline. He was like kind of a pioneer for stand-up.
Right.
The idea was that he was trying to stimulate you intellectually as well.
Yeah. And he wasn't as like Bill Hicks was very
abrasive,
very ranty. Mm-hmm.
He was very political.
Very anti-religion too. Yeah. George Carlin was anti-religion, but he was also like anti-religion.
But there's guys that do it right, like Lewis Black, who's very political as well.
Yeah. But we watched Sam Kinison with Bill that one night.
Yeah.
And there's a clip that like has probably since been taken off of YouTube because I haven't been able to find that original clip. But he talks about, and it's so relevant today, and he talks about how there's commercials about starving African kids. Mm-hmm. And he's just like, he goes in and he's just like, you know what? Stop sending him money to get food. He goes, send them money to rent fucking U-Hauls. The problem isn't that they don't have any food. The problem is that they live in places where they can't fucking grow any food. He goes, it's all sand. You know what this is going to be 10 years from now with $100 million? It's still going to be sand.
But he's yelling it.
But he's yelling it,
yeah.
Go where the fucking food is! Go! I love the one where like he rants about marriage and he goes, he goes, you're getting married? Yeah. Oh yeah, you excited? Yeah. He goes, oh, well, I was married. I've been married a few times. But I'll give you one piece of advice. He goes, it'll only take 5 seconds. He goes, all right, you want my number one advice on getting married? He goes, when you wake up in the morning, do you look in the mirror? He goes, yeah, this is going to be your face.
That's his whole dynamic.
It's so good. He screams and that would not fly right now because like he would scream it and it would get his point across to the like over.
Yeah.
Like people would make it more of a thing than it should have been.
Yeah. And like Andrew Dice Clay is great because he has an album, a comedy album that is absolutely genius called The Day the Laughter Died. And Andrew Dice Clay was like the biggest comedian in the 80s because he was a normal dude off the stage, but on the stage he'd wear a leather jacket, slick his hair back, don a Brooklyn accent, and act like a fucking asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he did an album while he was at the top of his game. Like imagine if a guy who would be like Bill Burr. Imagine if Bill Burr walked into a tiny club of like 200 people and only told jokes that he knew were fucking awful. That's what Andrew Dice Clay did. He walked into a club of about 200 people and purposefully told jokes that he knew would make people mad and that he knew would not get people to laugh. And his whole plan was to riff until everybody left.
Right.
And that's what he did near the end of his career.
Yeah.
He would go into clubs and book shows and just piss everybody off. because he got to the point where he wasn't trying to entertain everybody else. He was trying to entertain himself.
Right.
And he became his character, and that's why he doesn't do anything anymore. But like, if he was around now, he wouldn't be able to get off like, you know, his first few shows.
No one would let him get away with it.
Yeah.
They would make it
You know, he did all those. He did like the fucked up nursery rhymes. He would be like, Jack and Jill went up the hill, each with $1.25. Jill came down with $2.50. Ow! And it's like, that wouldn't fly now because that's so stupid and obviously implying that two kids are fucking each other.
Right.
But like, it was funny back then because nobody else was doing these one-liners and like non sequiturs that were just like fucked up. Yeah. You have guys like Anthony Jeselnik that do jokes like that. You know, where he has one line that is like my friend Dan's favorite joke, where he says, he's talking about 9/11, and he goes, I have a funny story about 9/11, actually. He goes, I still remember the day it happened, and it's crazy. We're so fortunate, he goes, because my mother was actually supposed to be on one of the planes that flew into the World Trade Center. I think. And it's like, he makes you like kind of think about his one-liners where it's not so in your face.
Yeah. I wish.
I wish, yeah. Or in like, yeah, I think it's I wish is the punchline, yeah. But yeah, no, comedy's in a weird stalemate now because you see these TV shows that are coming out, and Adult Swim
But at the same time, it's in the best spot it's been.
Yeah, because there's so much exposure for it.
Yeah, I mean, not only that,
I think comedy is becoming more of a niche.
Well, the thing was, it was a niche. That's the thing. It's like, back even fucking 5-10 years ago, anybody who watched stand-up comedy was a stand-up comedy fan. Now it's like you're just seeing people who see it on Netflix and play it.
Right.
It's not the same audience, really.
I think it's easily,
a wider audience.
It's easily accessible now.
Yep.
That's the thing, though. Now that you have a wider audience, now you're going to get people that don't necessarily understand it as much.
But you're also going to be getting comedians that have no business in being as big as they are.
Right.
Like Amy Schumer or Eliza Schlesinger.
Right.
Or
but there's also no distinction between different genres of comedy.
No, that's the problem. Is that you can type in stand-up comedy,
and you get
like
Hispanic to
you get some shit like
slapstick or some shit.
Yeah, like some Mexican guy that I have to read his punchlines before he even says them.
Yep.
Are you talking about Carlos Mencia?
I don't like the idea of reading people who watch comedy specials with the subtitles and shit because it kind of
ruins the punchline.
Right, their delivery is half of the joke.
Well, I always roll with subtitles just for if I miss what they're saying. I like to hear.
You can just read
it because I have shit for ears.
Same.
And but yeah, I almost never use it. Like pay attention to them for a comedy.
I can't do that
because for most of the time
whenever there's subtitles on the screen, it just draws my attention. I can't not look at it.
Usually, when I'm watching a stand-up, I'm not watching it. I'm listening to the stand-up and playing on my phone and listening to it.
That's true.
The only time I really watch it is if it's like someone like Dimitri Martin who has a lot of
like a Kevin Hart who's running around the fucking stage and fucking.
Yeah,
even Rogan's a little active now too. Rogan is, and who else is? Bert Kreischer's a little bit active too. Did you see his new one?
I don't think Bert Kreischer's funny.
His new one was pretty fucking good.
I
didn't like his first one.
The way that he tells stories is good, but really it's just the machine story that I
think
like.
I think his new one was pretty good. He's gotten much better than. It's because he fucking hangs around with all those guys. Yeah, he's best friends with Tom Segura.
Yeah, to me, nothing.
Probably the best comedian in the world, one of the best. Yeah, besides Bill Burr.
Right. To me, nobody beats Doug Stanhope, and it's simply because with Doug Stanhope, there's no envelope. It's just he's gonna get drunk and high and rant and for like an hour and a half about whatever's going on. Like when me, Brian, and Wes saw him live. And he had a special come out like 1 or 2 weeks beforehand. And we thought it was going to be just a special. Mm-hmm. And it was like completely nothing. Everything was completely authentic.
He just got on stage,
started
and
riffing
talked to the
dude.
audience.
Like he started the show off, and he goes, so I just took a Xanax and I snorted half an Adderall, and I'm like 3 drinks deep. He goes, so give me about 20 minutes, and we'll count how many people leave by the time I'm done. And he was right. Like it was fucked up. He started off with the 20 minutes doing little jokes, stuff like that, and then just immediately started getting into the nitty gritty, like fucking nonstop. And like that's what I like is like the comedians that just don't give a fuck.
Right, where they're just bearing humanity.
Yeah, and that's what I like about Bill Hicks is that Bill Hicks, like towards the end of his career when he got diagnosed with cancer, he was just like, this is gonna kill me within the next 5 to 10 years. He goes, I'm just gonna get real weird with it. And he did, dude.
Yeah.
He was going off like he.
But he's still alive, right? He's Alex Jones, isn't he?
Yeah. That's what everybody thinks. No, my big thing with Bill Hicks was that he was very, very, very very anti-religion, and I thought it got annoying after a while. Very anti-afterlife. Like, who's the one? There's a comedian that goes off on a rant because somebody says "bless you" to him.
I read this thread the other day about how. It was on Ask Reddit, and they were talking about how they were asking people who have died and came back to life what they experienced, and most people said jack shit. They said that they experienced that death itself was not as horrifying as they would expect it to be. They said it was actually very relaxing because obviously your body's just relaxing. That's what's happening, and it's all your consciousness is just fading away into a single point.
Yep.
And I think as you are losing that consciousness, you're starting to just give yourself in. Mm-hmm. I think it's they all said it was, at least an overwhelming majority of them said it was a very relaxing, situation. But when they came back, some of them wanted to be back in that situation because it was so fucking relaxing to them.
Right.
It's very strange because none of them really talked about seeing a white light or a fucking family member or anything like that.
It's funny too because I've read certain things about that and I've noted and like watched things. And I remember when before Grandpa Carson died, he was talking to my grandmother about how he ended up having a stroke while he was in the hospital for a broken hip or whatever he was in there for. And was fading in and out of life and death. And he was talking about how he saw his mother and he saw my cousin Ryan that died when he was young. And he saw all these other people. But my Grandpa Carson was also a very religious man. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking a lot of people, it depends on what your
mental state is going into it.
I'm thinking I think if you had a poll of like 50 religious people and 50 agnostics and 50 atheists and
like all of them of which have died and come back, and they would all say what you would expect them to say. Yeah,
and I know for a fact that Reddit is mostly an atheist crowd, which is funny because I was a diehard atheist when I was younger, but I'm much more open-minded now.
I would say agnostic more than anything. Just because I simply because there's not really any way to know.
Right.
I like the idea of it, and I like the idea of but I don't think anybody likes the idea of their consciousness or their life ending. I most certainly don't. I like being me.
But it's a relief to know that you don't have to be in this state of existence.
Yeah, there's got to be something else. Unless I get eaten by a shark or something. That would fucking suck.
Or maybe even if there isn't, then you're not going to really
doesn't matter, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you won't know the difference.
Right.
I do feel like...
What if heaven is just like getting almond milk poured on you by like Mia Khalifa while Kate Upton throws raisins at you? Like,
yeah, and Avril Lavigne's watching.
Avril Lavigne is just like flicking her.
Yeah. What happened to her? Does she still exist?
She married the guy from Nickelback, and then now she's just locked in their living room.
No, actually they divorced. I'm pretty sure.
So you're saying she's available?
Maybe.
Debatable.
I'm gonna start getting good at
debatably
skateboarding.
Available.
Dude, you're gonna be a skater boy.
He was a skater boy. She said, "See you later, boy."
Well, we came full circle, so I guess we can cut this fucking part right here.
Do you think she would accept like Skate 3 as skateboarding or no?
She better.
She has to.
No,
She doesn't have a
Skate
choice.
2. Skate 2.
Because Chad Kroger gave me the keys to her cuffs.
I bet she plays Skate 3.
Probably. That's probably
Plays
what
as
she
a
does.
guy dressed up as Chad Kroger. And just has him eat shit over and over and over.
I was gonna say that about like afterlife and stuff. I feel like I can understand the concept of reincarnation because I could imagine seeing things through my eyes and sensing stuff and being live essentially. I could imagine that going on, like when you get the feeling like that you've done stuff before, or when like because of like the unknown nature of how things live, like things come naturally to you. I feel like life itself comes naturally. So I could imagine dying and then living again and sensing and living and experiencing life, even though I don't remember what I did, or I'm a completely different organism of some sort. I could imagine life continue, the energy of me dying being converted into energy of something else living.
Yeah, I see what you're saying for sure. But because you also wouldn't necessarily know that you've existed before.
Exactly.
Especially if you're a fucking frog.
It's like
or some
rewriting
shit,
a computer or something. You have a computer that does this thing, it's coded to do this thing, and then you kill it by wiping it, but it still has the processors and stuff that you can repurpose.
Like Ex Machina.
Yeah, Ex Machina.
I just watched that the other day.
Dude, that movie's deep.
I don't know if you guys want to keep going, but I have work in like 6 hours. It's already midnight.
You should get going to work then.
Yeah, you should get dressed.
So,
put the tie on.
No, I just wear a polo and fucking slacks.
Even better. Same.
Yeah, because your name isn't Alfred, so you can't wear a suit.
Yeah, you don't get to wear the suit.
No,
but you do get access to the whole entire health center.
Yeah,
so.
I'm not Doc Ock either, because Doc Ock is Alfred Molina.
Oh, yeah?
That's the actor's name.
True. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see where you're going now.
I changed my name to Alfred, and all of a sudden, fucking 4 octopus titanium arms grew out of me.
You grow.
Like, welcome to America, Alfred. And he goes, here's your state-of-the-art octopus suit. And I look at him like, why is it an octopus suit when it's 4 arms, you fuck? Right. What would it be? It'd be a...
Well, I mean, he's got his own arms, so that's 2
and
more arms, and then his legs.
Quadrupus? Is it a quadrupus? Do you have those?
Quadrupus.
You fucking quadrupus.
I don't know. I saw a picture of a colossal squid that washed up on shore, and that was fucking terrifying.
Dude, squids are amazing. They're so.
We talked about them
so
before,
badass.
dude. Colossal squids, colossal squids. There's the squids. There's the squids that are like fucking 50 feet long.
Yep.
But instead of suckers, they have talons.
Mm-hmm.
Hundreds and hundreds of them.
Dude, they
just rip shit apart.
There's theories that like squids are from space. Like literally, they have like things in them that don't exist on this planet.
Yep.
Like
they have their
crazy.
own fucking organisms,
like octopus and
like
shit.
Cells that are just unnatural.
Well, yeah, because
nothing else has it.
Completely unique.
Octopi and cuttlefish. We were talking about this with Cass. There's a type of cuttlefish that mimics other animals, and there's a video Cass showed us of a cuttlefish legitimately camouflaging to look like a hermit crab, and then all of a sudden, when it's not threatened anymore, it turns the camouflage off and it becomes a fucking cuttlefish again.
Right.
It's the creepiest thing.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
Are you a fucking cuttlefish, Paul?
Dude, I am. Dude, I'm a fucking cuttlefish.
Fucking karate chop him and I karate chop you and you turn into a squid. Like I deactivate the cloak.
I just have a squid that I have to clean up off my fucking couch.
Dude, that's why I don't let people touch me, because then they'll know that I'm a squid.
Yeah.
I'm going home.
Clear Shots is available on any of your favorite podcast platforms. ClearShotsPodcast.com is the best place to find all of our social media links. You can find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at ClearShotsPod. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next time.